Okay, traders, good evening. Let's get right to it. What I want to do tonight is give you our trade update for the week going into the last day of trading. So we got several trades to talk about. We'll see if we were able to take some profits and see if we have any trades that need to have adjustments or need closer watching. So let's move right into it. First thing we're going to do is take a look at our crude strangle and personal account. So we put this trade on 3 October. In the crude market with 44 days to go. I'm not going to really go over all of this info that I put out, when we published this trade. So you can see we have 41 days to go. We've only been in it for 3 days, and we're break even. So our linear profit loss graph tells us that, hey, if we're well ahead of 242.05, that we could take this trade off and be okay. But we're not. We're break even. We're still in really good shape. So no action required. We just sit back and watch. Now, my objective in trading this strategy inside my portfolio is to try and get 4% a month from this crude strangle. So so far it's treated us pretty good. We have not had a losing trade so far in crude all year long. You can see we typically only tie up about $9,400 to get what we're shooting for is that $4,000 to $5,000 a month target. So okay, so that's it on crude. Let's see what we got in the queue next. We have the weekly S&P 500 futures strangle that's in my personal account. We put this on every week. Before I go through the trade, just to remind you that, hey, this thing's only had one losing trade all year long, and the loser was trader error. Yeah, it was completely my fault. I would not have had I not taken the action I'd taken, we would have this thing would have expired for max profit again. I mishedged it, realized what I'd done after the fact, and didn't go back in and change things around. So that one cost me a trade for the year. Again, we didn't lose that much on it, but again, we've only had one losing trade this whole year, and this thing has been just I've traded it through thick and thin, every market environment and condition, and we've got a really low volatility right now. So it makes it it's not hard to trade, but it's just a lot easier to get much wider strikes when this IV's pumped up a little bit. My objective in this strategy in my personal account is 2% a month. So, but this thing we just put it on every week, and it just consistently churns out the profit. It's the most reliable strategy I have ever seen. Alright, so we've got currently 1 day to go. We're up 462.50. Our max profit again is 525. I do not plan on taking this trade off, even though we could. I plan on letting it go to expiration. Now, what would change that? What would change it if we made an abrupt move tomorrow down to 2105 or on the upside close to 2200? If we start moving 30 points one way or the other between now and tomorrow, I'm going to reassess the trade. If we get a really big move and get close to those strikes, if I can take it off for a profit, I'll just do that. I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, we get to put this trade on every week, so it's better than a 90% chance you're going to make profit. And honestly, it's the way it trades, it's over 90% where you make max profit on this thing. So okay, enough on that trade. Let's move to trade number 3. Trade number 3 is the retirement account iron Condor. Okay, I'm going to skip right over here. We closed this trade out today for a $1,750 profit. We ran it for 13 days. We exceeded our profit, our 50% profit target by, I won't say considerable amount, but we certainly went through there without any issue. We were, I already mentioned that we've been in it for 13 days. My objective in the retirement account is 3 to 6% a month. and I started, I haven't done a good job of trading consistently in my retirement account. I'm going to change that going forward, because whenever I do, I'll trade it for 4 months, get up 15 to 30%, and then not trade it for sometimes 9, 10, 11 months or so, and then I get back into it again. But I'm going to change that, start trading this thing just consistently. So I started back about mid-May, and we're already up 17% in about 4 months. So we're right on track with my objective. And just so you know, we're not going to churn 3 to 6% out every month. There's some months where we're going to get 10. There's some months where I have to roll this thing for a month, maybe 2 months, and then just keep being mechanical, keep putting the trades on, keep doing what we're supposed to do, and let it come back. And when it comes back, that's when we get paid really big. That's when I always make my biggest money, is just by being mechanical, staying with these positions, and letting them work out over time. So, but those 10% of the time that we have to fight this thing like this, it's the 90% of the time where it's just really gravy. Anybody can put these trades on and let them pan out. And just because I'm saying 90% doesn't mean I'm selling 2 standard deviations or close to it, iron condors. What really improves our win rate is our profit targets. So you want a high win rate, you can trade a little bit larger and shoot for a lower profit target. Okay, I keep mentioning that trade something you're comfortable with. Don't shoot for max profits all the time in these iron condors or strangles, on longer duration periods. It's a hard game to win, but it becomes much easier when you start shooting for profit targets. Okay, so our plan is just to sit back. If I get if the unexplainable or unexpected happens and we get a sell-off tomorrow, which we hardly ever do, then I'll probably start tranching back in with another iron condor. That's my plan. What else do we have? Let's see. Okay, here's the iron condor for the double your portfolio strategy. And again, our objective here is to try to trade iron condor on crude, maybe different days to expiration, different cycles. And we're intentionally setting out using a money management algorithm to try to get to 100% return a year. So we've been up well over 20-some% in just a couple of months in this thing. We're currently in drawdown, but you can see right here, you can see the arrow where price is. I'm not worried about it, but I am watching very closely. We have lots of tools in our tool bag to make strategy adjustments. So if we get another bump up overnight, then I will be in there in the morning making a strategy adjustment, and I'll send you out the details of what I've done. Alright, so this is we've got 11 days to go, so this is very, very crucial. I have the ability to go ahead and roll this thing out to another duration cycle, but I want to see how it looks if we get another bump up, and see what this trade looks like once I queue up my strategy adjustments. And then we'll go from there. We'll make the decision whether to make the strategy adjustment or to roll this thing out to the next expiration cycle. Okay, I think that's a wrap for tonight. I have nothing else for you on our trade updates. One day till the weekend, one day till a long weekend, and have a good evening, and we will talk to you on the next update.